Hello students, in this video we are going to study the remaining part of the chapter number 5. The chapter name is Wonderful World of Bholu. Class 5, Subject EVS, GCERT. So before starting that, let me recall what we had seen in the previous video of this chapter. So in the previous video we had seen that one boy is there whose name is Bholu, and he went for a walk by a pond side, and he met with different animals, and he get to know about there is the diversity for the different animals or the habitat of the different animals, the place where they are living. So now let me recall what we had learned from this diversity in the habitat of the different animals. So on his walk he first met with one fish whose name is Mintu fish. So after meeting this Mintu fish, he came to know about that and aquatic animals are the animals who lives in the water for most or all of its lifetime, or the animals who lives in water are known as the aquatic animals. Like this fish, some other animals are also there who lives in the water for the most of the time, or you can say for its lifetime in the water, like starfish, then after whales, octopus. So these are the aquatic animals. Next, after then, he moved forward and he met with one squirrel whose name is Chinchi squirrel. So after meeting this Chinchi squirrel, he came to know about the terrestrial animals and arboreal animals. So he get to know that the animals who can live on land are known as the terrestrial animals. And there is one category in these terrestrial animals, that is arboreal animals. So the animals or the creature who spend the majority of their lives in or on the tree are known as the arboreal animals. Like the squirrel, sloths, chameleons, monkeys, bats, lizards. So these all are the arboreal animals. Then again he moved forward and he met with one tortoise whose name is Dugmug tortoise. So after meeting this Dugmug tortoise, he came to know about the amphibian animals. So the animals which can live on land or in water are known as the amphibian animals. And this type of animals can breathe with gills when they are young and with lungs as they grow as an adult. So these animals are known as the amphibian animals. Like tortoise, then duck, frog, crocodile, these are the animals are known as the amphibian animals. Some examples of these amphibian animals, that is duck and crocodile, we also wrote in the aquatic animals because these animals spend their most of the time in the water. So these are the aquatic animals. In that one category is that is amphibian animals. That means the animals who can live on land as well as in water. So this type of animals are known as the amphibian animals. That's why we had written duck and crocodile also here in the amphibian animals. Next he met with one pigeon whose name is Kittu. He met with Kittu pigeon and he came to know about the avian animals. So the animals that have ability to fly are known as the avian animals. Like most of the birds are the examples of the avian animals, like dove, crow, sparrow, manna. These all are the examples of the avian animals. So he came to know about these different 4 types of animals, that is aquatic animals, terrestrial animals, avian animals and amphibian animals. Then he met with one elephant or elephant dada, hathi dada you can say, and he get to know about this tree these four different categories of animals as they are living or according to their habitats. So at the end we had classified these animals into these four categories, that is terrestrial animals, aquatic animals, avian animals and amphibian animals. So now let me continue our chapter with the page number 42. So here in the page number 42 you have to color. So fill in the colors. If the animal given is terrestrial animal, then you have to color this animal or this box which is below the animal, you have to color that with the red color. If the animal is aquatic animals, then you have to color it blue. If the animal is avian animal, then you have to color it green, and if the animal is amphibian animal, then you have to color it with yellow color. So now let me see the different animals and the category from which they belong. So first one is dog. So dog is the terrestrial animal, so here you have to color red. Next given to you, that is crow. So crow is the avian animal, it can fly, so here you have to color green because the crow is the avian animal. Next is fish. So fish is the aquatic animal, so here you have to color blue, or you can say aquatic animal, so here you have to color this box with blue color. Next is goat. So goat is the terrestrial animal, so you have to color it with red color. Next is horse. So horse is the terrestrial animal, so you have to color with the red color because it is living on the land. Next is tortoise. So it can live on land as well as in water. So this animal is amphibian animal, so you have to color this with the yellow color. Next is donkey. So donkey is the terrestrial animal, it lives on the land, so you have to color it with the red color. Then after next one is sparrow. So sparrow is the avian animal, it can fly, so here you have to color it with the green color as the sparrow is the avian animal. Next given to you, that is pigeon. Again pigeon is the avian animal, so here you have to color this box with the green color because pigeon can fly, so it is the avian animal. Next is frog. So frog is amphibian animal, it can live on land as well as in water, so it is the amphibian animal. Next is cow. So it is the terrestrial animal because it lives on the land. Next is peacock. So it can fly, so it is the avian animal. So here you have to color it green because it is the avian animal. Next is starfish. So it is live in the water, so it is the aquatic animal, so here you have to color it with the blue color. Next is eel. So it is also live in the water, it is also aquatic animal, you have to color it with blue color. Next is crocodile. So it lives on the land as well as in water, so it is the amphibian animal, so here you have to color it with the yellow color. And last one is duck. So it can also live on land as well as in water, so it is also the amphibian animal, you have to color it with yellow color. So this is the different categories of animals and the examples of these animals. Now let me check the answer for this. So here the answer for this is given to you. Here I wrote the name of the category from which this animal belong. You have to color that box according to that category. If the animal is from terrestrial category, then you have to color that with the red color. If the animal is aquatic, then you have to color it with blue. And if the animal is avian, you have to color it with green color. And if the animal is amphibian animal, then you have to color it with yellow color. So first one is dog, that is terrestrial animal. Then after crow, which is avian animal. Next is fish, so it is the aquatic animal. Last one is goat, so it is the terrestrial animal. Next is horse, so it is also terrestrial animal. Then after next is tortoise, it is also the amphibian animal. Next is donkey, which is the terrestrial animal. And then after next is sparrow, it is the avian animal. Next is pigeon, so it is the avian animal. Then after next is frog, it is the amphibian animal. Next is cow, it is the terrestrial animal. And next then is peacock, it is the avian animal. Then after next is starfish, so it is the aquatic animal. Next is eel, so it is the aquatic animal. Then after next is crocodile, so it is the amphibian animal. And last one is duck, so it is also the amphibian animal. You have to color this all box according to the category of that animal. Now conversation between Bholu and elephant is given to you. So Bholu is saying, Elephant Dada, now I have understood very well. So elephant is saying that, dear son Bholu, in many ways diversities can be seen among animals and plants. The place where they are living, the food they are eating. So in many ways there is the diversity, or you can say variation, among these plants and animals. So elephant is explaining this thing to the Bholu. So Bholu is saying that, yes Dada, how much variation is seen in the appearance, habitat, in appearance as well as the habitat, the food they are eating, how they are looking, or the place where they are living. So in all this category there is the variation amongst these plants and animals. So now elephant is saying that not only with respect to the appearance and habitat, but with respect to the importance also, there is diversity among us. How they are important to us, or what is their function. So according to this also they are different, or there is the diversity between these all creatures or animals. So now here one table is given to you. In that you have to write that from whom these things we can obtain. So you have to write that here in the first column the name of the things which is useful in our daily life is given to you. So now these things we are getting from what? Either from plants or from the animals that we have to write. So first one in that is chapati. So we are making the chapatis from wheat, maize and many multigrain, from the multigrain atta or flour. So we are getting all this grain from the plants. So that means we are getting chapati or bread from the plants. Next is fruit. So again we are getting the fruits from the plants. Here you have to only tick mark this column. Next is wooden table. So wooden table we are making from the wood. So that means wood we are getting from the trees. So that means we are getting it from the plants. Next is wool. So we are getting wool from the different animals like sheep, camel, etc. So in short we are getting this wool from the animals. So here we have to tick mark. So now let we see the answer for the rest of the rows. So here it is given to you as we discussed, chapati we are getting from plants. Then after fruits we are also getting it from the plant. Next is wooden table. So we are getting this from the plant. Next is wool. So we are getting this wool from the animal. The next I had drawn, that is cotton. So we are getting this cotton from the plant. Cotton plant, from this cotton plant we are getting the cotton. So here you have to tick mark in the column of plant. Next is pencil. Again we are getting the pencil from the plant, as the pencil is made up of wood. So we are getting this wood from the plant. So we are getting in short pencil from the plant. Next is pulses. So we are getting the pulses from the plant. Next is vegetables. So we are getting these vegetables from the plant. Then after next is ghee. So ghee we are making from the milk, and then after buttermilk and butter. So this ghee we are getting from the animals. So you have to here tick mark in the column of animals. Next is milk. So we are getting this milk from the animals. So again you have to tick mark in the column of animals. So this is the answer for this table. You have to write this table, or you have to complete this table in your textbook. So as we had seen that we are getting these all things from the animals and plants. So these animals and plants are very important for us, as we are getting most of the items which are around us from these plants and animals. So we have to also conserve or save these plants and animals. That means we have to save our environment. Now here the discussion with two friends, between these two friends is given to you. Now let me read this. There were two friends. They have decided to grow neem tree in this school. They decided to grow a neem tree in this school, and they brought and planted it. And one day they saw that a goat was going to eat it. The plant which they had grown in the school. So one day they saw that one goat is coming to eat this. So immediately the both of these friends made a fence around it. Fence, that means a barricade, or you can say boundary, which this animal cannot cross. So they make immediately the fence around this neem tree or neem plant, and this is called protection of a plant. For the protection of this plant they made this fence. So now for the growth of the plants they give the fertilizer. Then after they are watering the plant, they plog the soil. Plog, that means to turn the soil up and down. Because of this turning, or you can say plogging, the exchange of gases becomes easier, and that's why a plant can grow properly and fast. So they are doing this all things which is called breeding. They are doing these things for the proper growth of the plant. So these all things, that is giving the fertilizers, or you can say manure. Fertilizers or manure, fertilizers are the chemical substance, and manure are the organic substance which are people giving to the plants for the better growth of the plants and to increase the fertility of the soil. So they are giving these fertilizers, they are watering the plants, and they plug this soil. So this all process combinedly is called breeding. So now elephant is saying something to Bolu, that Bolu, now have you understood the meaning of conservation and breeding? So conservation, that means to protect for the future use. We can use them for the future. So that means conservation, and breeding, that means to take care. Here we are talking about to take care of the plants. So now Bolu is saying that, yes Elephant Dada, now I have understood properly that what is conservation and breeding. Now Elephant is saying that, now say what will you do for our conservation and breeding. So now what we can do for the conservation of this environment or the breeding of these plants. So for Bolu is saying that, tell Dada, what should we do? Bolu is asking to this elephant that what we can do to conserve the environment. So elephant is saying that, discuss with your friends and make a note of yourself that what you can do to conserve or to save the environment, or to breed or to take care for these plants. So Bolu is saying that yes, he will discuss with his friends. Bye bye Elephant Dada. So now here you have to write that what will you do to conserve or to save the environment. So we can plant trees near our houses or home. We can erect, or you can say we can make fans around the plants. We can supply the water to these plants. We can add the manure to the soil so that the soil fertility can increase and the plant can grow properly in the soil. We can arrange the drinking water for the animals. To conservation of the animals, we can arrange the drinking facilities or drinking water facility for these animals, and we can spread the food grains, and we can put the fooders, that means from which the animals and the birds can eat. So we can do these things to conserve or to breed the environment. Now let me see the answer for this. So here it is given to you that what we can do for this conservation of the environment. So we can plant trees near our home. Then after we can erect fans, or we can make fans, and we can supply water. Then after we can add manure to the soil so that soil can easily, or the exchange of the gases in the soil can become easier and the plants can grow well. We can arrange drinking water for the animals. Then after we will spread the food grains and fodder for the animals and birds. To give them food, we can spread the food grains, or we can put also the fodder so that they can easily eat this grain. So these things we can do for the conservation of our environment. Now here on the page number 45, you have to just think and say, first one in that is, which plants have you sown in the school? Which plant you have sown in your school? That you have to say, like mango tree, a soka tree, whatever the plant you have sown in your school, that you have to say. Next is, what is to be done to sow this sapling? How we can sow this sapling? Sapling, that means young plant. So what we can do for this sapling? So earlier we had seen that we can add the fertilizers to the soil. We can water this sapling. So these things we can do. Or to protect this sapling, we can make the fence around this sapling or plant. Next is, which animals are kept in zoo? Now it's for the conservation of the animals. So which are the animals, or name of the animals which are usually kept in the zoo? So you might have already visited a zoo. So you had seen over there that lions, tigers, monkeys. So this kind of animals are kept in the zoo. So now next is given to you. You have to discuss about the sanctuaries, zoo and nursery. So now what is sanctuaries? So it is the place where wild animals can live in the protected area. This area is protected, they can freely move around there. So that is known as the sanctuary. And it does not breed, they are not buying or selling animals. The animals which are there in the sanctuaries are free to move here and there, and they can use the natural resources. And these are the areas which are reserved for the wildlife animals, or for the wild animals. So these are the known as these places, this kind of places are known as the sanctuaries. Next is zoo. So we are taking or shifting the animals from the forest to the protected area. So that protected area is known as the zoo. And in this zoo, animals are kept inside the cage. Whereas in the sanctuaries, such cages are not there. Animals can freely move here and there. But in the zoo, the cages are there and animals are kept in this cage. The animals are not free in the zoo. And in the zoo, the animals can be bought, then after they can sold, and they can make them breed, and these are obtained to satisfy the interest of the zoo. According to their interest, they are using the animals, we can say, for the entertainment and according to their interest. So this is the zoo. Next is nursery. So nursery is a place where we breed the plants and take care of saplings. Saplings we had seen earlier already, that means a young plant, and they sell these saplings according to the person's requirement. They sow these seeds and they grow these saplings of the different plants. So this is the place which is called nursery. Now next, some activities are given to you. The first activity is, come on friends, make a puppet with the help of your teacher and perform the puppet show. So we had already seen how to make puppet with the help of socks. If you don't know, then the link is there in the description. Now let me see this puppet show.
There was a boy named Bob. Bob is walking in the park.
Hi, my name is Bob. How are ya?
Bob is eating a candy.
Ooh, I love candies. Nom nom nom. Do you love candies? Because I love them too. Oh, where should I throw this garbage? I think I can throw it anywhere.
Mom Bob saw what he did, so his mom came.
Hi, Mom.
I saw you throwing garbage on the ground. Do you know that throwing garbage anywhere might cause a very, very big disaster?
I don't know, Mom.
So now you know. I'm telling you. You should listen to my advice or something bad things might happen.
Okay, Mom.
So his mom walked away. Bob did not listen to what his mom said, and again he eats a candy.
Oh, this candy is so sweet. I love candies. Do you like candies? Because I like them very, very much. Oh, where should I throw this garbage? I think I can throw it anywhere. Haha.
Bob threw the garbage on the ground again. Every day, Bob was still doing it repeatedly. One day, a very strong rain came. Bob went home. A roaring thunder came. Bob was so afraid, and Bob was crying.
Ooh, it's raining! Ooh. Mommy! Help me! There is a very, very huge wave! Mommy!
And then Bob's mom came to the rescue.
Let's go, son. Let's go anywhere where there is a safe place.
Mama, let's go!
And both of them went to a safe place. The huge wave destroyed everything. After that, the huge waves is gone. The rain was gone, and everything went to normal. The sun came back again. Bob came back to the place where he has been.
Whoa! What happened here? This is so bad. I should have listened to my mom.
Bob realized what he did was wrong. After that, Bob decided to pack up all the garbage.
Starting now, I will never throw a garbage anywhere. And I will help preserve and conserve the environment.
And soon after the disaster, trees have grown again. Bob was so happy and he always listened to his mom. And he realized that throwing garbage can cause a very, very big disaster into the environment. So Bob did not throw garbage anywhere anymore. One day, Bob is eating a candy again.
Yay! The trees are back! Ooh! This candy is so delicious! Where should I throw this garbage? I know now! I should throw to the garbage can. Yay! Woo! We're done! Bye-bye!
The story was over.
So as in the puppet show, we had seen that we have to maintain or conserve our environment, else we have to face the difficulties like global warming, then after natural disaster as the Bob had faced. So we have to maintain our environment, we have to keep our environment clean and healthy. Now next activity given to you, that is make a impression of a leaf of a plant of your choice. You have to take a leaf of your choice, of a plant of your choice, and then after you have to make the impression of this leaf. Here the 3 columns are given to you, so here you have to make, and you can use the pencil as well as you can do this with the colors also. So now let me see some impressions of the leaf. So here one impression is given to you, that is of neem leaf, and it is drawn with the pencil. It is made with the pencil, so you can use the pencil also. The next one is of peepal leaf. Next impression is of peepal leaf, so you can make the impression like this. Then after next, this one is of Ashoka or Asopala tree, so you can make the impression of this leaf also. Now let me see one activity before the ending this video, how you can make this leaf impression with the help of colors. And in the next video we will see the exercise of this chapter.